Hello, everyone. I believe all is well with you. I believe you're grateful and I believe you're benefiting from learning content shared every time. Thank you to everyone who has already subscribed to our YouTube channel. And a kind reminder to those who have not yet subscribed to do it. That is a huge support given to us for our growth. And of course, this serves you to be notified anytime a new video is posted, because you don't need to miss a single learning material posted here. Today's learning content is very amazing. We have seen how to deal with charts and diagrams in Google Slides, but how about customizing diagrams? That is a great skill that you need to learn. It shows that you mastered presentation skills in case you leverage them. When you're presenting to an audience, maybe in public or when submitting to a manager or someone else, and you have your data organized in a very appealing manner, then there will be a good acceptance level compared to when you have your data disorganized. This is the diagram that we used in the very previous video about charts and diagrams. And you can see I have modified this single bar or this step, this process number 3. You can see it's larger than the other processes. You might wonder how I've come up with this. You can see also this sentence is changed compared to how other sentences are placed. So don't you need to know how to do this? And of course, I did this through customizing diagrams, which is the skill you're going to learn right now. So how did I do it? I think to make it much easy, we need to add another chart, I mean another diagram for us to practice. Let's add a different slide. It's there. Now, after adding a slide, we go back to insert. We go to diagram. Maybe, can we again, let's add relationship maybe. Let's see if relationships will serve us better. We can try something else, can try hierarchy. Let's try hierarchy maybe. Let's try something like this. So you see, we have like, we can call it an organizational diagram. Let's say organizational diagram, for instance. You're showing how levels like follow each other, like managerial levels from top to lower positions. Now let's say this is the CEO or founder, and CEO, for instance, maybe project manager, maybe chief of staff, for instance. Then here let's have finance manager. Let's have HR manager, for instance. Let's have sales manager. And let's have again operations manager. I'm just setting positions the way I want. That is not the skill we are targeting to learn. But I would like to see how you can customize diagrams to make them appear in a very amazing way and professional. Because you don't need to submit a slide to be rejected simply because you failed to organize or to customize your inputs. Great now. So you select anywhere in this diagram, you can see a single item can be selected. You can see these lines showing relationships can be selected and so forth. So how can we customize them? I'm just going to show you how. You select and click right click. You can see animate, for instance. You can also see format options. Let's go to format options first. Once you click here, these are the features that you can immediately see. We have size and rotation, position, text, fitting, drop, shadow, reflection. Like this reflection is making one of these items have a reflection. Let's see. You see there is kind of reflection on this rectangle where we have founder and CEO because I've just clicked here. So if you want this to happen to every stuff or every item here, you will just click the item and click reflection. You can see, let's do it here too. Let's do it on both rectangles where I have positions, for instance. And of course, you need to do it because it's needed. For me, I'm teaching you, but for you need to make sure you're doing what is needed, not simply because you know how to do it. You need to make sure you're doing what you need, not what you know how to do. That is something important to keep in mind. So this is one. You can also like add a shadow. Let's select this and add a shadow. You can see something of something like black, that is the shadow behind, and it's not much important. But how about size and rotation? You see size, you can add, increase or decrease the size of this rectangle. You see this centimeter, you can see I'm decreasing the width, like how big it is. I can also change this height. You can do a lot of changes using, you can see these numbers are here to help you. You can also like use percentages to change these parameters. With this, you can customize your diagram any way you want it. Let's say a certain position is very long and you're writing and it is exceeding this rectangle. You can customize it, you can make it longer, you can make it bigger, or some other changes that you might find important. We also have like rotate. You can rotate or reposition one of these rectangles or these items. Let's rotate this one. You can see it's rotating. And remember we had shadow added. You also see reflection here. You can also use rotating like 90 degrees. Let's do it to this one. You can see it's automatically rotated. It keeps changing as I click. You can also use flip. See? For instance, this one, like it automatically changes the position of the characters or the text inside the item. That is about rotating. We can also see like position. What comes with position? Like, do we want it to be in the center, top left, or where do we want it to be? You also have like axis, x-axis and y-axis. You see, it's moving. because I'm minimizing, it's just getting to the x-axis close to the axis. But when I do this, it comes back. You can do this to position your diagram items in a way which is convenient and relevant to your organization. You can see. Maybe let's say this position is lower than these ones, and you want it to be way down. You see? Let's say this position is also quite like equivalent to these ones. I mean HR position, and you want it to be a bit above. See, you may get it close to other positions which are in high islands. And I'm getting it back here. I think with this, you can still be able to reposition and arrange your data in the diagram in a way which is more engaging and like reflecting real scenarios that you intend to communicate. So here we have text fitting. It doesn't stop by arranging emails or what. You can also deal with the intention, like where your text starts within an item, where like how long, how big, whatever. Let's say you see the intention where it starts. You see, from left to right. I'm taking it from here to here. Like you see, the more I increase centimeters, the more it moves from left to right. But when I click minimizing, it will go back to the right. You may need to put it in the center and make sure like it looks like this, for instance. You can also do it from this right part. You see, like it's going because I clicked many numbers, but I can help getting it back. You see now. So these are different changes that you can apply on your diagram. Shrink text to fit the shape. Let's say this position was, I mean here on finance manager, let's say general finance and compliance manager. Let's say this is the role and maybe it's quite small like this, and we want to shrink it to fit in. Maybe because I've minimized it. Yeah, now you see. You can see the text has been very similar to fit in. Let me increase the size for you to see that it has now fitted in itself without myself trying to resize it. You can see how it is here. We have got the general. I wanted to make it quite big for you to see that the data has fitted in. I mean the name of the position. General Finance and Compliance Manager. We have the name here. So that is shrinking the text to fit the shape. Resize the shape to fit. You can also resize the shape instead to meet the text. Let's say co-founder. Let's say co-founder and chief operations manager. Let's say this is the role. We need to type chief in a very correct manner. You can see here the name is not fully visible because it's been like too long to fit in the shape. Then you have to resize the shape. Let's select resize the shape to fit the text. You see, it's now fitting. Can now see founder and chief operations manager. These are different features that you can really deal with after adding a diagram in the Google Slides. You also see alt text, like this is the text you can see in case the diagram is not like accessed by screen readers for people who might have trouble seeing your content. In case someone is having maybe issues accessing the diagram, you might say this diagram shows the organizational chart in X company. For instance, someone would know, even though I'm not seeing the diagram, this is what it says. See advanced features or options. Add the title of your image. This will appear as the tooltip when published to the web. Maybe we can still say organizational diagram. Yeah. These are different format options that we can leverage on Google Slides when we add diagrams. So all the changes we've applied are automatically applied. Remember, this is an online tool and everything is automatically saved. So now let's see one more thing. Like we talked about animate. You can animate this diagram. You can do it through clicking animate. You see we have slide transition, we have non-object animations appear. Let's for instance click this one. We have none and I'm clicking to select something like let's slide from right. We have apply to all slides. We have slow, medium, fast. Let's make it close to medium, for instance. They are asking us to copy it to all slides, but I think we better select every different icon or item and give it its different way of animation. So like you can see simply how to do it. You need to click a certain icon or item and then click animate to add such animations. I think we don't need to add on each and every item there. I wanted you to see how to do it. And maybe I can just click add to or apply to our slides to make it very quick. So how does it happen now? We see play. You can see how it's coming. Like you've seen how this one moved. You will check this project manager position because it's where I have applied the animations. I want you to check how it moves so that you can apply the same thing. Like let's do also an HR. Let's do on general manager. Let's do on sales and so forth. Now we will need to click play. Let me do it again. I will need to pray, like we can also go to slideshow to see how it will move. You can see it's coming one by one because I've added the animations. It's not coming as a single diagram with like a single image. It's coming step by step. You can see even disappearing. I'm going back. That's why it's going like this. Let me go back for you to see. You can see project manager. When I click next, there will be HR manager. When I click next, there will be general finance and compliance manager, simply because I've added animations. Once I click, you see sales manager, like you wanted to speak over like about each position separately. You see operations manager, and I would say everything is now seen. We've seen how to navigate these features, how to you animate and customize your diagram. I believe this is a skill that you needed to know. You needed this. It's going to help you have nice presentations that will appear professional to your audience or to your managers who need reports from you. I believe you enjoyed the learning. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Share with your colleagues, your friends, your classmates, and coworkers. They need the same skills. Thank you. Stay tuned.